Alright, YouTube, put that barbed wire rap fist away. I know I don't own the rights to that music, but I played it off your own damn channel. Leave me alone. But the band I'm going to cover today did own the music, or does own the music. Yeah, it does. You know what I mean. So how we doing? Welcome back, episode number 11 of We Still Got More Rockin' to Do, Bitch. Which, of course, brings me to the theme song. We still got more rockin' to do, bitch. I feel so much better now. All right. Anyway, so as over the weekend, Saturday night, T-Mobile Arena, July 15th, 2023, had the concert. There was a Nickelback concert, which I know some of you are going to rip on Nickelback. I know they have so many rock ballads. I know, whatever. But you know what? They fucking packed T-Mobile. And I don't know if it was a sold-out show, but all I know is when I looked around, holy shit, there's a lot of people here and not a whole lot of empty seats. So, and they rocked the house. So I'm going to get right into it, though. So like I said, it was at T-Mobile Arena here in beautiful Las Vegas, and I'd say over 19,000 people were there. I know they can squeeze in about 20,000 people whenever they have the seating the way they do. Now, if they put the stage in the middle of the floor and have everybody around it, then they could even fit more people. But they did the conventional concert way, where it was on one end, and then just kind of, you know, like everybody sits and they had the floor space and all that good stuff. So the vibe of the show was pretty good. Could have been a little bit better sometimes, I feel, early on in the show, but they made up for it during Nickelback. So I'll give the crowd at least one thumbs up. Anyway, and part of a devil horn. And the show opened up with Josh Ross, up-and-coming country guy. He was all right. I missed the first couple songs. I was taking a quick break out in the patio area, the outdoor patio area. I knew it was going to be a long show, pretty much two headliners. So it was like, you know, let me get a little break in here while I'm chilling out here. Went inside, watched the rest of it. From what I heard, it was pretty good. You know, I'm not a huge country guy. More rock and roll and heavy metal type stuff. But he did a good job. I'm not going to go over his set list because I really don't know the names of his songs. I mean, he's an up-and-comer. There wasn't any listing yet online and stuff. But Brantley Gilbert, the next guy in line, he comes out. I've seen him live before whenever he opened up for, he kind of headlined with Five Finger Death Punch in December when they were out here at Michelob Arena here in Vegas at Mandalay Bay. So, you know, Brantley Gilbert rocked the house then. He comes out on this night. Like I said, it was just Saturdays, just a few days ago. And he rocked the house again. Man, he's got really good, talented musicians with him. And I don't even really consider him much country. For me, he's not country rock. He's more rock with a little bit of country, like, sprinkled on top. And he's pretty good. I'm not going to go over every single song that he did, just because this ain't about him. More or less, it's more about Nickelback. But I do want to go over some things about the set list on Brantley Gilbert. It's really interesting and kind of proves my point of where he's at in the spectrum. And I don't get into I don't dice up music into super genres. Me, it's like it's rap, country, or rock. That's pretty much how I separate them. Like, I don't separate rock and all them little itty bitty genres and metal and they did all that crap. Country, rap, and rock. And then maybe, like, if you got, like, you know, like symphony or whatever, you know, jazz, but whatever. I even kind of consider jazz to me is kind of rock for me. But anyway, I'm getting off track there. Like I said, I'm not going to go over every single song that Brantley Gilbert does, because I've seen him live twice, and I've watched a little bit of him on YouTube. There's only like a few songs that I'm like, oh, okay, I know that's Brantley Gilbert. But like I said, it was good. He put on a really good performance. So I at least want to give him his props, at least give him a little bit. But I want to kind of go down the list, kind of start off at song number 7. It's called Small Town Throwdown. That's one of his originals. And then right after that, he does a song, Son of the Dirty South, what was pretty cool. Then he did a Kenny Wayne Shepherd song, Blue on Black, which a lot of people know Kenny Wayne Shepherd. A lot of people know that tune. Even if they don't know it's by Kenny Wayne Shepherd, they've heard the tune. Once they've heard it, they're like, oh, I know this tune. That's Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Oh, okay. And so they did that. Then they did a Country Boy Can't Survive, which is a Hank Williams Jr. song. So I thought that was pretty cool. Then they do. He does one called One Hell of an Amen. That's his. But then he does this other one. If you had to ask me to play a Brantley Gilbert original tune, just to kind of like, who's Brantley Gilbert? And you were like, play a song that defines Brantley Gilbert in one song. For me, it'd be this song called Bottoms Up that he does. If you've never heard of it, look up Brantley Gilbert, Bottoms Up. It's a hell of a song. He also has really talented musicians around him. So you get the rockin' guitar solos, the drummer is fantastic, and the bass is awesome as well. I mean, these, like I said, very talented musicians, and Brantley Gilbert has great vocals, and he's a great front man. And I mean, like I said, I got to give him his props. He did a hell of a job. Him and the whole band, they did a hell of a job. They played 17 songs total. The last 4 songs, they covered the song called Whatever by Godsmack, which is a good old school rockin' tune. That's a good song. They do another cover song called Shine by Collective Soul. A lot of people know that song. Excuse me. Then he does an original called Take It Outside. And then he does another song, Read Me My Rights. Finishes up, that's kind of how he finishes up his set. Now, earlier in his set, he talks about how he doesn't really drink much anymore. It's kind of a rare occasion. He doesn't really, just doesn't really get into it, but he does like his herb. And he talked about that a little bit. And after he finished up his song, Read Me My Rights, at the end of the set, he pulled out a fucking pre-roll, took 2 good rips off it, then said goodnight to everybody and walked off the stage. Very rock star right there. That's rock star. You can call him a country guy all you want. He's got a little country accent to him. That's it. The music and the vocal and the pace of the tunes. He's a rocker. He's a rocker. You can call him what you want. He's a rocker. He's a rocker with, like I said, a little bit of country dust sprinkled on top. But Brantley Gilbert rocked the house. Awesome show. 17 songs. Co-headliner. Oh, man. Angus is on his head. He is on his head. And I know he can still play his guitar on his head. If you notice the theme I got going on with my Funkos today, it's a little bit of, it's like all my guitarists, including a couple of the bass players. I had to get Lemmy. I had to get John Deacon in there. I couldn't leave him out. I've even got the psychedelic John Lennon back here with the John Lennon military outfit up front. Angus on his head. We got Jimmy and Brian. And Alex Van Halen, of course, Eddie Van Halen, my bad. I'm so stupid right now. That was dumb. That was fucking dumb. That's Eddie Van Halen. Man, God, I'm fucking stupid sometimes. Anyway, let's get back into the set list, and let's forget I said that about old Eddie. I'm sorry, Eddie. Please keep the spirit alive in heaven playing your goddamn guitar. Anyway, I'm going to go into the Nickelback set now. First, they want to come out right away with the song called San Quentin. It's off their newest album. So it was pretty cool. Okay, not a bad tune to start off with. Hey, we got a new album out. Here's a new song. They didn't come out and say it's a new song, but a lot of us that know Nickelback knew it must be off the new album, if you already haven't heard it. Then the next song was an older rock ballad, Nickelback, Saving Me. So that was pretty cool. Then he had to play one for the ladies, Far Away, which it's all right song. Like I said, a lot of ladies like that more than, me and my son, we kind of jammed a little bit with it, but, we were kind of just like, it's always next song, So, and then they play Animals, and then into another rock ballad, Someday, which is all right. And then they played Worthy to Say, which is an all right tune. And then they play a couple more famous Nickelback tunes, Figured You Out, which has, like I said, that has one of the best opening lines to any song you could have. My friend Corey reminded me of that a few weeks ago even, and said, hey, man, that's a hell of a line to start a song off with. And he's right. You know, when he comes, I like your pants around your feet. I mean, that's the first thing he says into the song. It's not like he's saying, hello, how you doing? He's just getting right into the nitty gritty, man. So that was pretty cool. And then, like I said, after Figured You Out, they go into Hero, which was the song that a lot of people remember off the old Spider-Man movie. I can't remember if it was Spider-Man 1 or 2, but it was a big song for Nickelback as well. And then they do something real cool. They covered the Steve Earle song called Copperhead Road. So a lot of people know that song, but not only did they cover it, he brings out Josh Ross and Gilbert Brantley. You remember from earlier? Those two guys I was talking about? He brings them out on stage to come sing different parts of the song with them, and they kind of do a little solo singing too, just kind of like, hey, remember us? We were out here earlier, and now we're back again to help sing this song with Nickelback. So that's got to be pretty cool for them to do that, you know. And then they play another song off the new album called High Time, pretty much a song about smoking weed. Cool. All for the herb superb, baby. And then they play one of their more famous songs, Photograph, you know, another rock ballad. You know, everybody's up, you know, jamming. For most of Nickelback's set, a lot of people were up. I was up the whole time for Nickelback. A lot of people were, but then you'd see some people sitting down during those couple of the songs that aren't so well known. And then they played a Rockstar, but they didn't just play Rockstar. They randomly picked an audience member. Well, I mean, they made it look like it was randomly. I'm hoping it was true, and they just picked a random dude. This kid was 21 years old on that day. Brings him up on stage to sing with Nickelback, the song Rockstar, and even let him take over and sing the song on his own. And then they play a song called Those Days off the new album. And normally, I noticed in other cities of the set list that they had, they usually have the song Too Bad in there also towards the end. They skipped right over it. Never did like play it. I don't know if they were just taking it out or if they just forgot to play that song. I don't know, but usually, like I said before, when you come to Vegas, usually bands will step up their game. Maybe even be like, yeah, here's our normal set list for that city, but we're going to Vegas, so we got to add in a couple. We got to do a couple little something for a little Vegas flair to let them know, hey, we're doing a little something for you, Vegas. And I mean, that would have got the crowd going crazy if they would have just played that song. I know I was waiting for that song. Oh, I'm sorry, John Deacon is now down. He's down. It's all right, though. He's not like Angus. Angus is probably going to be pretty dizzy whenever we stand him back upright. And then back into the set list, they finish up with the song, the old Nickelback favorite, finishing up the set, do How You Remind Me. So, a good song to finish up the set. They encore with Gotta Be Somebody and Burn It to the Ground, which, especially for wrestling fans, for 2010, maybe 2012 time, that was like one of the theme songs from one of the WWE shows. It was Nickelback's Burn It to the Ground. Great show. There are a few songs I wish they would have played. Like I said, I'm going to start doing that. Somebody actually mentioned, well, you didn't mention any songs that 38 Special didn't do and that you would have wanted them to do. I told them, well, actually, with 38 Special ticked all the boxes. Like, if I would have wrote down a set that I want 38 Special to do, they hit all those songs. Plus, they played a few others, too. But I'm just saying, unless I wanted to get really bitchy and nitpicky, I couldn't think of any other songs that 38 Special didn't play that I would have put down on my list. Like I said, I'm not going to be one of them nitpickers just to throw something out there. If they ticked all the boxes that night, I don't have to mention a wish list then, because, like I said, 38 Special hit the wish list, but Nickelback did not. They had a good show. Don't get me wrong, I love the show, and my son had a great time as well. It's creating memories with him. He'll remember that for a long time. But You know, like I said, they should have played Too Bad. That was in the set for all these other cities. You played 17 songs for, and you come to Vegas, you played 16 total. Sorry, man. You come to Vegas, you step up. You don't step down. Brantley Gilbert played 17 songs. You're supposed to be the headliner, Nickelback. You played 16. And, you know, usually I'm not one of these guys that wants to critique a band at all. But, I mean, I'm just putting out the facts. You played 17 songs in Lake Fuckadayaway. Well, when you come to Vegas, you better at least play 17 songs. You played 16. And you skipped pretty much one of my favorite Nickelback tunes, and I'm sure I'm not the only one out of those 19,000 plus people. You know, so I mean, I love the show, but I hope they understand, and when they come back next time to Vegas, you know, no offense, Chad and the boys, step your game up. Step your game up, please. It was a great show, but like I said, you should have played that song. You could have maybe taken out a song and played Fight for All the Wrong Reasons, Because of You, which was the song I came in on. Awesome song. Why wasn't it being played? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't make the set list, and I'm not trying to critique them that bad, but you came to Vegas, man. You got to step your game up. On your new album, you have a song called Vegas Bombs. Pretty good song. It's one of the better tunes on the album, I think. That would have been a perfect time to debut the live performance of that, because I've looked at other sets and I haven't seen you play Vegas Bomb yet. Figured you were saving that for Vegas. Makes sense. I know. It's crazy. Come on, guys. It was a great show, but it could have been better. I mean, like I said, I could have been better. I had great seats. Me and my son had great seats. We were sitting down lower bowl, right off to the side. We were not far away. If I would have had a softball, I could have hit the guitarist. Not saying I would. That's assault. But I'm just saying that's how close we were. I mean, it would have been a good throw, but it could have been done. God damn it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, folks. I had a busy week last week. Wednesday was Bert Kreischer's Fully Loaded. Thursday, we met Josh Blue and seen his show, who's a cerebral palsy comedian. Hilarious. If you haven't seen Josh Blue, YouTube his ass. Facebook, I mean, he's on there. Friday, I didn't have anything, but then Saturday, of course, we had Nickelback and Brantley Gilbert. And then Sunday, boof, we had Three Doors Down in Candlebox, which probably will be the review next week. That was a hell of a show, too. Energy of the crowd, you know, we'll talk about that next week. But I just want to tell y'all, love y'all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and like I said, talk to your buddies and shit. Talk to friends and family members that like to listen to this old stuff. That like to listen to these older bands that I review a lot of, or even some newer rock, I guess. Not a whole lot, but you know, there's some still out there that I'll go to. Oh man, Lemmy's down. He's down, but it's all right. We still got him up. Just gonna sign off here. Remember, like the shirt says, we still got more rocking to do, bitch. Let's do it. Everybody have a good time. Love y'all. Don't forget to spread the word of rock and roll. It's all about getting it out there. And not only getting it out there, making sure it's spreading through. And just try to be good to each other. See y'all again next Tuesday. Keep on rocking. We still got more rocking to do, bitch. Bye-bye.